And welcome back to another exciting and this time delicious episode of the Movie Hoppers. This is not a peanut-free episode, so if you have allergies, please go to the peanut-free version of Spotify or something because you're gonna die if you watch this. But if you're still here, then yeah, we watched Peanut Butter Falcon, the new movie. I when I first saw the trailer for this, I was intrigued, but I remember seeing the part where like the guy, what's his name? The main character that isn't Shia Labeouf. Shit. He has a name. I know they said it like 5 times. Wait, I'm gonna look this up.
Nick?
No, I don't think it's.
No, it wasn't Nick.
No.
God.
It's not on Wi-Fi right now. That's nice. Zach, that's it. That's totally it. Okay, yeah. But in the trailer, there was a part where Zach was shooting a shotgun, and he doesn't stand right, so he gets blown onto his ass. And I was like, oh my god, are they really gonna make a comedy at this poor actor's expense? Are they really gonna fucking do that? And I guess besides maybe a few scenes you could consider iffy, they didn't do that, and I thought this was a very pure and heartwarming experience. But let's see what you've got to say.
It was definitely a nice, good, what's it called? Like good feeling movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, I forget what it's called, but I don't know. It was nice. It was like a good, solid, like happy-go-lucky film that touched base on like the mental disabilities of like Down syndrome, but like didn't do it to the extent of like that was the only thing that was focused on.
Yeah.
And like it told us a little nice story.
Yeah, I mean I like the fact that this movie felt like it had a lot more balls than I expected it would. Because like the whole part with like, I mean, it's not a spoiler, but I would just say Shia LaBeouf's on the boat, talking about, like, it's hard to say this without spoiling it, but I'll just say Shia LaBeouf on the boat talking about like the Zach and how people treat him differently, and like I said, I'll just get more into it in spoiler talk, but I do feel like this movie it had balls. It was willing to talk about, maybe touchy subjects, maybe things that a lot of movies don't talk about, but it also, stayed true to its feel-good, carefree nature. And I like that. I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking, but, it does its job, and it does it well. So I guess that's really all you can ask for from a movie like this.
Yeah.
But let me think. What is there to talk about here? Do you have anything to say?
The only like part I didn't really like about this movie was when Shia LaBeouf's character is like meets Dakota Johnson's character for the first time, and like I didn't know if like he was playing a character like to get her out of there or like get information about her, or something. That
was uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was every time he did it, I was like got uncomfortable because like it feels I couldn't tell if he was playing a character or not, and if he wasn't, then he's just catcalling this girl like the whole time.
Yeah.
But if he was, then like he's still doing it, but with a purpose, And I don't know, it was, but I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say the part that I didn't like was just all of Shia LaBeouf's and Dakota Johnson's chemistry. It was just so off kilter, and just because like Shia LaBeouf had like this slash nice guys vibe to him. I just really did not like that. Was
Yeah.
did this take place in modern times? Because like people had flip phones and shit.
I mean, I guess not. Or
I don't I don't know.
maybe it was like a work phone.
Yeah, maybe. But I just found it I just found it weird. The whole thing kind of felt like it took place maybe 10 years ago.
Hmm.
And I just, especially when Shia LaBeouf had that real, vibe to whenever Shia LaBeouf and Dakota Johnson were like together. I guess that was the one thing I did like about that scene though was when Shia LaBeouf asks if there's any bounty on Zach, to bring him back because I think that
Yeah.
that gave him like a flaw or something, gave him like something to work out throughout the movie, and I thought that was telling of the character. I like that little tidbit,
Yeah.
but I just feel
But
like
it's not like he really went into any more depth than that
yeah,
from like past that scene.
I just yeah that was
Because like
my
that was also part of like him talking to her, and it's like it was weird because you didn't know you didn't know whether what he was asking meant anything or not, and it was you know
yeah it was
so it was like
definitely
was that even like a real flaw or was
yeah.
that fake?
Why didn't I just really didn't like that, and I mean, if that was like a one-off scene, that would be fun. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's not a one-off scene, and that whole arc that goes on is just like so undeserved, and just but we'll talk more about that in spoiler talk. Because I think there is actually a fair bit of spoilers in this movie, and the ending is, in my opinion, flawed. But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get to that point later. Um, but besides that, I think the Zach, he did a good job acting. He was good. He was funny when he was supposed to be funny. He you know, he's
Yeah,
hasn't
he
been
definitely held his own.
yeah, he hasn't been any movies before this, and I hope he gets into movies after this because this is making money. So hopefully he has a career. Shia LaBeouf, he was good. I guess he was Shia LaBeouf, and
Yeah, as a comeback film.
oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh
Um.
man.
Oh wait, yeah. Fun fact about this: I'm gonna check this again because I seriously do not believe this for a second. But one sec. Peanut Butter Falcon, because something that blew me away even more than just the quality of the film was the fact that this movie. Oh, okay, never mind. There was an error on the Wikipedia page, and before it said it had a budget of $20 million. I mean, no, $20,000, and I was like, holy shit! But no, it has a budget of 6.2 million, which is significantly less. Um,
Yeah, it's
less
still up
intrusive.
on the like part of it.
Yeah,
Like, I'm looking at it right now, like 20,000. I'm like,
yeah. That would
wow,
be that would be
wow,
very crazy, because
how?
I was just thinking the whole time like, oh my god, they made this Dakota Johnson and fucking Shia LaBeouf movie for $20,000. Well, how did they do that? Whose dick did they suck? Shia LaBeouf's or Dakota Johnson's? I mean, Jesus Christ, how do you get that done? But no, whatever.
I mean, like especially with like the other characters too, like the old man and the
Yeah, wait,
wrestler
who
and
was
all
the?
those other people. Like,
Oh yeah, Thomas Church was in it. Yeah,
yeah,
those are some
like those
big
are
names.
big names too. It's
Yeah,
like, whoa,
I was like, wow,
whoa,
what did they do? What do they know that these people don't want us to know is the question. But
yeah,
yeah, it's still a good movie,
yeah.
despite the fact. But yeah, just I mean, do you feel like this movie breaks new ground besides having a person with mental disabilities actually play a person with mental disabilities?
I don't know because like I haven't really seen other movies that like focus on a person with a like this type of mental disability.
Well, I'm not
So I
talking. Well, I'm not talking about like movies with people with mental disabilities in particular. I'm just talking about, does this movie like break any other ground, period, with film, like in terms of story or anything?
I don't think so, because like kind of feels just like an indie movie,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
like a good indie movie. Like it's not like instead of a drama, it's a comedy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
I don't know.
basically.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like breaking any ground or anything, because there have been people with Down syndrome in movies before.
Yeah. Well, have they been in
Like,
I know there's like The Ringer and stuff, but have they been in like title roles, like poster?
um,
Because I can't
I don't
remember.
know. I don't know if you would count American Horror Story, like that first season,
Oh,
as it,
well, I
like
mean,
Addie,
I guess
you know?
that's a television show.
Yeah, but like I get. I mean, I guess you could say that she had like a main role in there.
Yeah, I mean, I've never watched it, so I'll just take your word for it. But
Yeah.
I'm just talking like in department of like story or like cinematography. I just feel like this is like standard, but in a good way. Like
Yeah.
it does its own thing, but
Mhm.
it plays by the book. You kind of know what's gonna happen, and
Yeah. I don't think they really had to go too crazy with this, like the a more simplified take on it probably like, would benefit them more than like going like I don't know, like call me by your name level of artistic.
yeah, yeah. Well, wait, are you saying that like wait, are you saying like it's this is like the right amount, or are you saying that
Yeah.
this? Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. Like it's good.
yeah. I agree with that. It doesn't take itself too seriously either, because it's a fucking Shia LaBeouf movie. What are you gonna do? Um, and Shia LaBeouf plays a character that Shia LaBeouf can play, and I just feel like I don't know. I like despite the fact I didn't like Shia LaBeouf and Dakota Johnson's chemistry, I did like Shia LaBeouf's and Zach's chemistry. I feel like that was good. They seemed like
Yeah.
real pals, and that's really all this movie is. A bunch of pals walking around doing shit sometimes, and
Mhm.
it was good. Which is what Quentin Tarantino was going for, but this movie is half the length. So take notes.
And does a better job.
Yeah. um,
Wow.
but yeah, also,
How
wait, what were you
how
saying?
disappointing. That this doesn't I mean I'm not like ragging on this movie because this was a great movie,
Mm-hmm.
but like thinking about how um like well received Tarantino is and like how in depth he goes,
Yeah.
it's like come on, man, you couldn't have done better. We're expecting so much from you, and you just let us down like that.
But yeah, so one other thing that was interesting is that they say the F word not once, not twice, but 3 times in this movie. Woo!
Whoa.
Which is usually you can only say it twice, but Shia LaBeouf says it like 3 times in the first 30 minutes, and they never say it again. That's just something stupid I noticed. But anything else you want to say before we go into the spoiler talk?
No, we can get into it.
Okay, so the ending was a roller coaster, to say the
Yeah.
least. That that was a lot. Um, the whole like I like the part where the guy actually like commits the atomic throw. I thought that was funny, but they shouldn't have
Yeah.
followed it up with a tease that Shia LaBeouf just died. Like,
And like it was so ridiculous too.
yeah, it was so
I
weird.
was just
Why would they
in the
do that?
air for so long.
Like,
Well, like
I I understand. Like, I think that scene, like the whole atomic throw part on its own, is like fine. I thought that was funny. That was good. That fit. But it's Shia LaBeouf getting his like skull crushed in wasn't a good, side dish to that,
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
It, it was just weird. Everything was in slow motion, and they're just like, yeah, let's just bring all of the storylines together at one time. Guy hits the ground, and the guy gets hit in the head. Wow.
Yeah, and Dakota Johnson cannot break out of novelty handcuffs. Good for her.
Whoa.
But
It's like they actually got like actual cop handcuffs and put the fuzzy fur on them. Like, I'm pretty sure those are meant to be broken out of, like, just for safety reasons. But like, come on, she's like trying to wiggle it out with the pliers. I'm like, dude, really? The chain is so small, you can probably break it by just jiggling your arm around.
Well.
And weren't you in this movie before? Like, don't you know how to get out of those?
Also, did you think for a second there? I thought Shia LaBeouf was dead.
I know.
I thought he bit the big one.
Wow.
They were all like crying and stuff, and like Zach was like giving him his birthday wishes, and I was like, oh my god, he's dead. And then he just pops up again, like he literally pops up from the back seat.
Yep.
I was like, oh, you can't keep this guy down.
And then he holds Dakota Johnson's shoulder.
Oh man, that was definitely well deserved.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait for them to finally get hitched. Oh man, I love that. But just why? Even after the convenience store scene, Shia LaBeouf was kind of like an insult towards Dakota Johnson or whatever her name is, and it's just very uncomfortable. And when they started getting closer, I was like, oh come on, no, don't do that. No, he's weird. Don't date Shia LaBeouf. That's like one of the things you're not supposed to do. But like,
Yeah.
it was like, why was that necessary?
It wasn't. And would have anything changed in the movie if they took that out? Probably not.
No, it wouldn't. Oh, we wouldn't have the hand holding scene. I meant the shoulder holding scene.
Dang.
Oh man.
That changes like the whole thing.
I know. That's the reason the movie got greenlit. The whole reason.
Yeah. Mhm.
But I just found that weird. What else? Also, Zach throws Dakota Johnson's keys into about 3 feet of water. Like, he's a good
They're gone now. It's gone. You can't get them
He's like
anymore.
He's like a good what? 30
Like
feet
probably
from the
15.
shore, and he throws them, and they go like what 10 feet from the shore in, and it's like,
Yep.
Okay.
Whoops. Like, you don't have car keys anymore.
Yeah.
They've been swallowed by the ocean.
Yeah. You never
Yep.
never catching those
You'll
again.
never get them back.
I
Just like sunglasses. Like, they get knocked off your head, and then you step on them, and then you're like, oh, I can get them, but you move your foot like a centimeter, and they get whisked away.
Yeah.
Now sea creatures have them.
Yep. Now
Crabs.
Yeah.
The crabs.
The crabs.
Their underground lairs is filled to the brim with lost pieces of clothing and car keys.
So anyway, back to the movie.
Anyway.
I just found that like a very weird thing, and do you feel like Shia LaBeouf redeemed himself for being such an asshole because his brother died or something? I don't know why. Why was he an asshole in the first place? His brother died. Was that like his whole reason for being an asshole?
He feels guilty because what they were alluding to, it's like, oh, he fell asleep at the car and they crashed and he killed his brother and he survived. But, like, yeah, dude, it was a mistake and he feels guilty about it, but why are you being a jerk, though?
Yeah, and he burns down an entire fucking dock.
Yeah,
I just thought like, whoa,
and there's no repercussions for that.
no,
Well, he did get hit in the head, but then he just drives
yeah,
away.
yeah, that's fine.
It's fine.
And
Like, it's not there's cops after them or anything, you know.
also, does
Especially like with Dakota Johnson, like she called the nursing home and they have scheduled Zach being moved to another facility,
yeah, I
but they're not
was
there anymore.
I was
Like
wondering
they're,
that did they kidnap Zach?
I mean, technically, but also he's also 22 in the film, so do they have any say
I
over
don't.
it?
I mean, yeah, they must because he keeps escaping and comes. They have to keep bringing him back, and they put bars on his window, so I don't think he's legally an adult.
But
So
then, like, why wouldn't he be legally an adult?
I don't know, but they definitely want. He's like legitimately property of the state, and like the movie says that. I guess I don't know. I guess there's like special things for like certain people. I guess they're just not given certain amounts of freedom, which sucks. He should have just been allowed to run away. Do his own thing. He did fine on his own, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I just found it like I. They literally said he's property of the state. Does that like actually happen? It's,
I don't. I guess because they say in the beginning when like his parents gave him like left him at the nursing home
mhm.
or left him somewhere, and the state put him in the nursing home. So I guess technically you'd be property of the state, but then why?
Yeah, but when you turn 18,
Right,
that all goes away. You're nobody's property.
right.
Does he have to pay taxes too? Oh, I guess not. He doesn't have a job. No one there has to pay taxes. Yeah, that's really weird. I wonder if that actually like happens. But who knows? Also, I'm reading the Wikipedia page right now, and apparently this is a modern retelling of Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah, I definitely got vibe from that.
I've never read Huckleberry Finn. I'm just gonna spark note some quotes for my AP assignment. But
You still haven't read it?
no, no, nobody's actually reading it. They spark notes the quotes and just like,
Well, I
hey,
mean, yeah, so did I, but like,
yeah.
did you have you not wrote it yet?
No, I haven't wrote it yet. It's due for the
Or
second
written
week
it?
of school.
Well,
I'll be
I mean,
fine.
yeah,
I wrote the first one in a day, so But yeah. So this is like a Huckleberry Finn story. I haven't read that.
yeah.
Does it end like Huckleberry Finn too?
Um, no, ish.
Huh. So you're telling me that Huckleberry Finn and his slave don't go down to Florida in their car? Is what you're saying?
No,
Damn
that's
it!
not that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
So,
don't do that.
damn it! Um. Also, here is a loaded question that I'm gonna ask you because I don't want to answer it first. But do you feel like the film, not the characters in the film, that's independent, the characters in a film are not representative of the filmmaker, you know, unless it's obvious. But I'm just saying, do you think the film ever talks down to Zach's character because he has Down syndrome? Do you ever think they put him in a situation um where the butt of the joke is that he has Down syndrome and he's different? Do you ever feel that?
Being the butt of a joke? No, I I don't I don't recall that ever being a thing in the movie.
I mean, I guess like the only parts that could be considered that would be the part where they're on the raft. Well, I get not really that even. I like that part, but
Maybe like the when he's fighting Sam. like that the wrestler.
Yeah, but
I guess.
that was necessary.
Yeah, and
But
like that wasn't really joking. You
yeah,
know, that
yeah, it
was
did. It,
him being
yeah,
being like a jerk.
yeah. I think it did a pretty good job overall, and I actually did. Despite the fact that it was never brought up again, and despite the fact that Shia's and Dakota Johnson's like chemistry is shit, I did like the scene where they're on the raft and they're
Yeah,
talking about how Dakota Johnson is treating um Zach wrong. I thought that was an interesting kind of loaded conversation they had.
yeah.
Oh shit, I have the hiccups. Um, what do you want to say while I'm in a hiccup induced coma?
Yeah, definitely. It was like she was treating him like a child, and
Mm-hmm.
he's an adult, and he shouldn't be treated like that just because he has Down syndrome.
Yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, that was good, good part.
I guess that also plays into how our conversation we had earlier about the state owning these people despite the fact that they are adults. You
Yeah,
know.
I'm gonna look that up. Hold on. Does the state own people with mental disabilities?
Also, wait, did you say that he was 22 in the movie?
I I think I heard that
The
right.
the actor was born in 1985.
Okay,
That's like 30 something.
okay. People play different ages all the time.
Well, that's like 10 years off. I just found that weird. What is the actual rate? 2019. That might be 40. No, it's 34. Wait, what are you looking up? Oh yeah, if the state owns, because that's kind of fucked up. Oh, you are writing an essay over there, Jesus Christ. All I hear is, but yeah, I like this movie. I thought it was good. There's some parts
Yeah,
that weren't, but it's
made me laugh a lot.
made
Like
yeah.
actually out loud sometimes too.
Wow, that's actually impressive for you.
Hmm.
I like the part with the fish where he catches the fish, and
Yeah,
Shia Labeouf starts beating it in front of Dakota Johnson. I like that. Um,
yeah.
I think actors in movies shouldn't even. I mean, not actors. Characters in movies shouldn't even have their own names. They should just be the fucking character names. Cause like, who knows that Shia
What do you
LaBeouf's
mean?
character is Tyler, and Dakota Johnson's name is Eleanor. Just call him Shia LaBeouf. He's fucking Shia LaBeouf. You can't remove him from himself. I'm assuming what you're
And like,
laughing
hold on.
at isn't
Okay,
the
so
search results.
so I mean, isn't what happens to his character kind of like what happened to him in actual like in real life? Like he did something bad and then he feels guilty about it and then like
I know.
he's kind of alone or like by himself now and then like he comes back and redeems himself somehow.
I know he went to prison for something. I don't know. What did he do?
I think he like didn't he break into someone's house and then film that just do it video and then like he got the cops called on him or something because he was like
He
really high.
broke into somebody's house to do that?
I I think so.
I love that. Okay, wait.
I think that's what I heard. I don't know.
Let me see. Apparently he plagiarized something. Legal troubles and controversies. Yes. Public drunkenness, disorderly conduct, and obstruction. He spent 20 months on probation minus time served. He also required anger. Wait, no. Um, was found not guilty on one charge. Okay, yeah, he's not in good shape. He has been diagnosed with PTSD. He was also an alcoholic. Um, yeah, I don't know. He's a weird fella. He looked a lot different when he was younger. Jesus Christ. His face just got like stretched out. But yeah, I guess that's kind of what happened. But wait, what is his religion? Contributed to. Oh, I guess he's Jewish. He wrote a book called "I Am Jewish."
The first page is, haha, pranked you.
Oh wait,
Not
no,
Jewish.
in October 2014, LaBeouf stated, "I found God doing Fury, a movie, I guess. I became a Christian man, and not in the fucking bullshit way, in a very real way. I could have just said the prayers that were on the page, but it was a real thing that really saved me." So, he converted, but not in the bullshit way. No two ways about it. But yeah, I guess this is kind of like Shia LaBeouf's redemption film, and it's also his redemption as a, you know, as a character. So, very good on you, Mr. Writer Man, for doing that. But do you have anything else to say before we sign off for the night?
Hold on. I'm still reading like this article about owner like guardianship. uh,
I'll keep. Oh, he was in a movie called Nymphomaniac. Let's see what that was
okay.
about.
So like a guardianship is a legal relationship created when a person or institution named in a will or assigned by the court to take care of a minor child or incompetent adult, sometimes called a conservatorship. To become a guardian of a child, either party intending to be the guardian or another family member, a close friend, or a local official responsible for minors' welfare will petition the court to appoint the guardian. The guardianship of a minor remains under court supervision until the child reaches majority at 18.
So,
But
maybe it's just a big
um,
plot hole.
the term guardian may also refer to someone who is appointed to care for and/or handle the affairs of a person who is incompetent or incapable of administering his or her affairs. But like,
I guess they just deemed him incompetent.
but are like Down syndrome people incompetent?
Well, maybe not
They can still think
100%.
for
Well,
themselves, right?
there's not like there's Down syndrome isn't exactly a blanket term. I mean, it is a blanket
Right.
term. It's like, it means multiple things.
Mhm.
There's like how autism, that can mean, you know, being like basically just a normal person and being totally incapacitated for life. So I think Down syndrome's the same way. So I don't know. I mean, he seemed pretty. I mean, his biggest issues in the movie was that he didn't know anything about society, which makes sense because he was living outside of it for so long. So I don't know. Plot hole. Boom. This movie
But like,
sucks.
hold on. But since he was under the guardianship of his parents before they gave him to the state, I guess, then the state was in custody of him. Because I guess they're saying that he would be the incapacitated to, or like I I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess
We're probably just
who
reading way too
knows.
far into this.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense.
No, whatever. Let's just say that the state deemed him unfit to be in society on his own,
Yeah.
and now he's here in a prison of death, pretty much. And yeah, let's just leave it at that.
Yep.
It's okay. He gets kidnapped at the end, so all is well.
Mm.
But okay, so anything else you want to say, or should we sign off?
Is it technically kidnapping if they agree to go though?
Not if they're property of the state. Maybe they adopted him, like officially.
That was fast.
Yeah, didn't do a whole
Well, I
lot
mean,
of
how long
paperwork.
has had Shia LaBeouf been in the hospital? You know,
I don't know. Five
probably not
seconds.
too long because his injury's still like pretty
Yeah, he's
fresh.
still bleeding from the head. It's like sorry to bother you. The bleeds the whole movie.
Man, that was a crazy movie.
Yeah, I think the head bleeding actually had a purpose though, in that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. We're probably reading way too much between the
Yeah.
lines here. It's just a movie you're supposed to watch, enjoy, maybe
hmm
remember sometimes, but just kind of you just kind of enjoy it. Do you want to get into number ratings?
Sure.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. I will give it a 8 out of 10. Yeah, sure, 8. Why not? It was good. I liked it. Watch it. You know, do
Yeah.
that.
I'll give it an 8.5.
Mm.
Because, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I was like, this is a fun. Because, like,
Yeah.
I don't really know what to expect from the trailers. Because, like, I wasn't really paying attention to the trailers. And
Mm.
I'm like, okay, it's a guy going on a raft on a road trip with this guy that has Down syndrome. And they're going to have some adventures. And I'm like, okay, what are they going to do with this?
Yeah.
But, like, it was a pleasant surprise,
Yeah. It was good. It's something you watch if you're in a bad mood because it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Very, it's simple but good. Simplicity isn't always bad, people. Just because you can't write up a 50-page essay doesn't mean it's bad, Quentin Tarantino. But so yeah, I guess join us next time for Angel Has Fallen, which we're gonna record right now. So it's probably already up. So yeah, just go watch that. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching and goodbye.
See ya.